Hi, in this video we're going to introduce if-else statements. So last time we introduced the if statement. If some condition is true, then we can execute some code. And this is what an if statement looked like. We might say if the front is clear, then we'll move. So let's introduce the if-else statement. We say if some condition is true, then we execute some code if that condition is true. Otherwise, we have some code that we might want to run. So there's two options. There's one thing we can do if a condition is true, and one thing we can do otherwise. So let's look at an example. You can say if the front is clear, then you'll move. Otherwise, so else, we'll turn left. But why might you want this? So if statements and if-else statements let Carol handle different types of worlds. We went from giving Carol very specific commands and solving only one problem, and now with if statements and if-else statements, we can solve more general and more interesting problems. Let's go into our code editor and take a look at a few examples. Okay, so here Carol is right at the bottom left of the world, and we'll say move. And then I want to say if the front is clear, then we'll move, else we'll turn left. And so what we've done now is we're making Carol able to respond to the world. And if we run this, move, okay, so Carol looked, the front was not clear, and so we executed the code in between the else. When we have an if-else statement, we have one condition that we're checking, and then there's else. There is no else condition because it's either the condition is true or it's not. And so those are the only two options with an if-else. Let's look at another example. Here, I want Carol will be in a 4x4 world, and I want one ball in each spot on the bottom row. So I'll write my first version of this program. I'll say put ball, well then then we'll move, well then we'll move again, then we'll move again, and then we'll put a ball. Okay, so let's run this, see what happens. Okay, great, it seems like I've solved the program. You know, we have a ball in each spot. But now let's take it a different world that fits that spec. Okay, it's 4x4, and now if I run this, we see that we have two balls in the first spot, no balls in the second spot. We haven't solved this problem, and if we do another world, you know, we mess it up again. And so what we need to do is we need to use if statements to solve this problem. So instead of put ball, I'm going to write a function called check ball, and what that will do is see if there is already a ball in that spot. And so what we'll do is we'll say function check ball. So we want to say if there are no balls present, then we'll put down a ball. So let's see what this does. Okay, that works there. And let's look at this other one. Okay, well we can't really see it, so then I'll check the ball and then I will say move. Okay, and then let's try this again. Let's try this a few more times. Let's run this. Okay, great. Ooh, we were missing on that last spot, so we need to check ball. Let's run this again. Okay, great. It works in that one. It works in this one, and it works in this one. And so what we've done here is we've used if statements to ask a question about Carol's world. And this has made us solve a more general problem. We're able to make Carol handle all these types of worlds where the balls could be in any spot as long as it's 4x4.